All right, welcome to our Team YOLO Down Under Monday night training call. My name's Candy, and I'm really excited tonight to hear from our beautiful Bronwyn, who's going to share about the power of the three-way call. So why we need to get people on the phones, whether they're potential customers or team members, get them on the phone with your upline or a sideline or someone who they're going to connect with to really kind of help you get them over the line or answer some questions that you might not be able to answer. So I'm going to get straight into it, guys. If you've got a pen and paper handy, definitely get it ready because I'm sure you're going to pick up some gold from the lovely Bronwyn. So, Bron, take yourself off mute and get to it, girlfriend.
Hey everyone, I hope everyone's had a smashing Monday. I have like this crazy cheeky grin from ear to ear on my face, as always. So the power of a three-way call. Now, I think we can all actually relate when we go into a business like this. It's about as clear as mud. And then we start getting all these resources and, training videos to watch, and it becomes overwhelming. Now, the secret when we first start a business, or even until we get, used to how it all works, is when you've got a potential customer, start with customer, I always start with customer. When you have a potential customer and you know the background of this person, you know how this product would help them, but you don't actually know the lingo yet or the verbiage that we use, it is so important to have your upline or someone that you resonate with. Sometimes you don't resonate with your upline, and that is completely fine. You can go above them or you can go to a sideline. Whoever resonates with you and someone that you're like, okay, I like their verbiage, I want to learn their verbiage, get them on a three-way, have them on the phone before you call your customer. And therefore, you can just say to them, I've called, but I've actually got my upline on the call because I'm still learning and I'd hate to not be able to answer any of your questions. And then basically you put yourself on mute and your upline pretty much does the call. But you're listening and you're taking notes, you're learning. Pretty much with my team, I think we've done about 3 to 5 for each of them when they first come on. And then after that, they've pretty much nailed it themselves. For the first one on their own, I'm the listener in the back and nobody really knows about it. After that, they do it themselves. And, there's so many people that, there's only been one person in the history of Juice Plus that I've ever heard of going, no, I don't want your upline on the phone. One person. And there are thousands of three-way calls being made. So if you do not utilize three-way calls, they are so powerful. Start making them your best friend, like your bottle of water that you carry around every day. It's basically, there's so many people that have rung me to be on a three-way call, and then the customers actually said, I'm glad you were on the phone today. Because if you can't really connect and make that connection with somebody on the phone call straight away, sometimes you lose them. And it's not due to anything you've done. It's just because they're not qualified. And qualifying them is so important because you need to get to their pain. You need to get to why this would be good for them, whether it's a business opportunity. Well, it's like, well, do you live paycheck to paycheck to paycheck? Like if you do, life doesn't have to be that draining. Like that's draining to even think that people live that way. And people don't need to. And, what if this could be the one thing that could completely change your life with health and wealth? I can tell you now, I actually came into the business and the product on a three-way call. I can probably tell you now that if the upline that was on the call with me wasn't on there with me, I would not be sitting here today. They qualified me. They knew about our daughter and what she had and what she lived with. But it was just the extra information that upline had that really got my ears pricked up to think, oh, hang on a sec. This might be something that we could look into. And that's when I went off and did my more research. I just don't even know. I'm just going to talk in circles. But yeah, if you're not utilizing three-way calls, make sure you're utilizing them. You seriously don't need to know how to do it. That's what we're here for. You basically just get us on the phone, put yourself on mute and right away. Take notes. It's just so powerful to have a three-way conversation. And then once you hear the lingo, you start just saying it. You'll find that you'll talk to someone in the streets and you'll just be like, hell yeah, I just nailed that. I just got that lingo down pat. And then you feel like that you've got that little bit more confidence to go and do it yourself. When you have that certainty behind your voice, that's when you can qualify someone yourself. If you get on there and go, I know it's fruits and veggies in a capsule, you know, that they can hear the doubt, they can hear the desperation. They think that as much as we don't run with our heads, we share from our hearts, they think that you've got a qualification to get or something, and I'm just a person that's on your list to make a sale. That is as crazy as people can be, as much as we don't like to think there's people out there like that. Basically, I turn around and say, don't flatter yourself. I know that's really rude. But some people literally inbox me like, you know, what are you trying to get a sale? And I'm like, oh, honey, don't flatter yourself. I actually had a really good opportunity, but I really don't want you on my team now. Bye-bye, next. I get to choose who I work with, right? And I don't need that in my life. So, yeah, just make sure that you're tuning into your uplines. Make sure that they're teaching you the steps to make it a strong start. You've got to start strong, and contact everybody. Get them on the phone. When you send somebody information, this is how we do it. There's so many different ways to do it in the teams, but this is how we do it. We send them a business. We've actually started leading by business. Oh, we're learning. I normally lead by product, but we're actually leading by business. And when we send that through, if someone says no to the business, then you've always got the product to fall back on. If someone says no to the product, how can you ever lead with business? You've lost them. They're unqualified. They're not interested. So always lead with the business first. Once you do that, the next thing you do is, if they say yes, give me more information. Awesome, honey. When can we get on a call and chat? Once you've done that, that's when you get the three-way in. It's straight up. It's, you know, and then you make sure that you tell your upline exactly what you've told them. You know, a little bit about them. Feel actually like this. You get your profile sheets out, and it tells you like their age, what they do for a profession. If they've got kids, you know, whereabouts they live, what are their hobbies, all those little background things that you can throw in there when you're talking. Oh, well, you know, Candy was telling me that you play basketball, or, you know, Candy said that you had little bubbies running around, or, you know, like you can then make it personalized. Like you can personalize that call. Without that information, if you literally chuck your upline on a call and they know nothing about that person, you're probably going to get slapped. If it's not them, it's going to be me. So just that little bit of information, share it. And don't feel, because when I first started, I felt that whole, I feel like I'm tricking someone by having someone else on the phone. Like, oh, I can't do that. They're going to hate me. Like, they're going to go through the call, then they're going to call me back and go, you bitch, you should have warned me about that. But I can tell you that is not how it happens. That was me being in my head. When I want to share with somebody, I share from the heart. And when I shifted it back to my head and didn't use those three-way calls, I unqualified at least 30 people. A few of them have come back now, 16 months down the track. But out of my long list of customers, I could have had a lot more. But because I was too scared to utilize those three-way calls, I wasted. And I wasted their opportunity, because it's not about what I could have gotten out of it. It's about what they could have got out. What health could they be having right now? If they went into the business, what wealth could they be having now? And I ruined that moment for them by not utilizing my uplines. So make sure you know, tap into your uplines and use your utilities that are available to you.
Bron, can you share with us some of the questions that you use to qualify someone? Some of the things that are the points that you might, whether it's a customer, maybe a few points for a customer, and maybe a few questions that you use for a team member. Okay,
well, the first and foremost biggest question I ask, what got you interested to know more about Juice Plus? Or what got you interested to know more about the business side of things? Then you basically, and I got this from Linda, I picture myself with a muzzle over my mouth. Because seriously, as you can all tell, I can talk underwater with a mouthful of marbles. So, and I also have the tendency to talk over people, which I'm getting so much better, but it's something that I have to master. So literally, after I say that one question, I muzzle it. And you will find with that one qualifying question, some of them are in tears within like 5 minutes. They don't stop. If you don't interrupt them, they get deeper and deeper and deeper. They either tell you their health issues, their wealth issues, or if it's for product, and then all of a sudden they're telling you about their wealth issues, then you can throw the business opportunity in there and say, well, do you know how much you could earn in a month? This is exactly what you need to get there. New tea. This is exactly what you could do to get there. You know, would you be excited if I invited you into the business to mentor you to get you to that first stage? If you say that with excitement in your voice, and let's be honest, when I came into this business, I was scared. Like I said before, it was all as thick as clear as mud. The system's changed a lot since when I first came on board. But now we have so many amazing systems in place. And, you know, if you don't even qualify your new teamie, you know, first up for the leaders in the call, if you don't qualify your teamie by offering them that support or offering it from your upline, excuse the phone, then, you know, they could get scared and just go, oh, I don't know what I've done. Fear kicks in, and then they just don't contact you for weeks. You know, you've got to make sure that, you just got to make sure that it's communication. It's all about communication. So after they answer that question, you pretty much then lead from there. If they go, oh, you know, one lady I spoke to, she said, oh, my husband, he was a healthy 36-year-old man. He was doing this, this, and this. All of a sudden, we're in hospital. Now we've been in hospital for this amount of time. We don't know what's going on. And I basically said to her, look, we're not a vitamin deficient country. We're a whole food deficient country. This product could only give him a health upgrade. I've got a doctor's letter I can email through to you so you can get it cleared by the professionals. But I can guarantee you that there's nothing in here that can affect him in any way, can only make him better. You know, and she was crying. She was just like, I thank you so much for reaching out to me, you know. So it just depends from that one qualifying question where it leads. There are so many thousands of ways that could lead, but if you literally say that one question and picture a muzzle, you've pretty much got it home free. You then just go from your heart and you just resonate with them. And always feel, felt, found. That's another big thing I get from Linda. Feel, felt, found. You know, if they go, look, I'm a skeptic. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm a big skeptic. I'm like, oh my God, totally get where you're coming from. I literally looked into it to pick them to pieces and found nothing. So I totally understand where you're at with that. There's so many things on the market these days. It can get so confusing and overwhelming. I could understand your concerns. What more do you need from me to make an excited decision to start on your Juice Plus journey or with our team? And, you know, all of these, as you can probably, some of the girls that have been here a lot longer could probably understand the verbiage that I'm speaking. I pretty much sound like Christine, Jess, and Linda. Because I listen to all of the training calls. I might not be on live, but I'll always go back and watch a recording. And that's what I'm saying before, when you get on the three-way call with your upline, oh, look at my groovy phone, sorry. When you get on the three-way call with your upline, you start to learn that verbiage. And, you know, as much as you've got butterflies in your stomach when you first do it, just run with your heart and you can't go wrong. You really can't.
That's so beautiful, Bron, especially bringing in that feel, felt, found. And, you know, for all of our newbies on the call, you know, you might be listening to us going, oh, they know so much. We have been in your shoes before, and it is just plugging in. It is just listening. And that is the power of the three-way call, is you might not feel confident to do it yourself, but you are learning throughout that call. Bron, now with your three-way calls, you let your potential know that there's going to be someone else on it when you're setting the date, like the setting the call?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, hang on. Before, you mean when you've got your potential on there, you say, I'm going to have my upline on there?
Yeah. So so it's not until...
If you say that to them, if that was said to me, I'd be like, hell no.
Yep.
But before I was in this business, I was mum at home that wouldn't even leave the house for a coffee, for a catch up with a friend I'd known for 15 years. If you told me a complete stranger was going to be on the other end of the phone, I would have shit myself and said, oh yeah, no, busy, and I would never have come on board. So you don't tell them, but when you ring them, you already have your upline on the phone and just say, hey, I wanted to be able to offer you the best possible information. So what I've got is my upline on the call, because I'm still learning, and I just want to make sure that we offer you the best information for the questions that you may have. and what I'm going to learn in the process. So,
That's awesome.
Exciting for both of us. So, say, Jess, this is Lindy, or, like whatever, whoever's on the phone. And I'm like, oh, hi, well, thank you for taking your time out. And, and then they say, well, this is who I am. So what got you excited to learn more about Juice Plus?
Love it.
Or our community or our business? And that one question literally seals the whole call. For me, it does anyway. I then just run from my heart. Geez, I've cried with people on the phone. And it comes from the heart. Like, I don't just go, oh, hang on, I've got to sound teary. No, I'm not that sort of person. But when you genuinely get connected with their story, it just literally flows from the heart. And the words are just there. There's sometimes like, I'm like, yeah, no worries, I'll get on the phone. Who's the person? They give me like a 2-minute rundown. I could be juggling lunches and doing whatever and going, hey, how you going? And just on the spot. I've done it grocery shopping before. It's just, it becomes second nature, because when you genuinely care for people from the heart instead of the head, it's just second nature. You just can't go wrong. Trust in yourself. Trust that the reason you're involved with this business is because you're a beautiful person and you do come from the heart, and trust in your own mind. If you overthink it, you'll stumble. If you don't overthink it, it's so natural, because you're here for that reason anyway.
Awesome. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'll continue to record, but if there's anyone that has any questions or wants some clarity about doing a 3-way call, take yourself off mute and fire away, guys.
Hey, everyone.
Yo.
Hi, how you going?
Good, how are you?
How are you? Good. Can you just tell me how, logistically, when you're on the phone, you actually do it? Because I'm a bit confused about that part of it. So I've got my phone.
Okay. All right, so on your phone, say I was to call Candy, so I'd just bring Candy up on my phone. I would call her, and then at the bottom, I don't know if you can, hang on a sec. Oh, come on, phone. So at the bottom, when you're on a call, it will say merge calls, or can I just call you, Candy?
Yeah, it'll say add call, add caller.
Yeah, that's it, add caller, that's the one. So I'll say add caller, and it'll say add with a little plus. You just press that, it'll put the upline on hold, and then you just literally type in the contact that you want to do, or type in the number if you don't have them saved in your phone yet. And then say, I've got my upline on the phone, and it'll just say merge calls. So you just press that button, and everybody's in on the one call.
We can practice it. We'll get Destiny's phone or something and we'll practice.
Yep, that would be good. And so then you said you put yourself on mute. Do you literally put yourself on mute, or do you just with your lips?
Yeah, no, I when I was doing it with my upline, I actually had to put myself on mute, because once again, I do talk over people. And there was so many times, I'm glad I did, because there's so many times I found myself talking. I'm like, oh, thank God they can't hear me, because I'm here talking over them. And, if I'd done that, I would have broken up the connection that they were making to this person's why, to this person's reason that they've looked further into Juice Plus, or they've looked further into the business. It comes back to the passion in the heart, and literally put yourself on mute. Like on the mute button, you mute it and just let your upline take over, and just take notes. Right. And then at the end, I'll say, are you still there, Donna? And you'll go, I'll just put myself on mute so I didn't have any background noise annoying you, or,
Right, okay, cool. Thanks, Bron.
Any other questions, guys?
Yeah, I've got one. Yeah. Hey, I've been in the business for probably 6 months now, and I'm yet to actually get someone on a call. And I was just wondering how you get people to sort of engage and open up enough so that they will actually get on there.
Okay. So the one thing that I do is, that's a very good question, actually. The one thing I do is you got to qualify them. Like, send them a bit of information. If it's business, I always send the girls just want to have funds video. Excuse me. If they like that and they're engaged with that, then I turn around and say, look, I could type out a novel of information, or I could just quickly give you a call. When's a good date and time, or day and time for you for me to give you a quick call. Just so much easier. And then I would, you know, some people go, and I'm like, look, no obligation, but if this is something that excites you, then the best information is from me. Sometimes people won't do it, and I actually do it. You know, the voicemail on your messenger, I send them a voicemail and say, and I'll type the same thing that I'll say, and then they'll be like, oh, wow. Like, I'm like, well, how did I get you on the phone? Because I know you're a bit phone shy. And they'll be like, the passion in your voice, when you got on that voice thing, oh, my God, I had to talk to you further. And I'm like, that's why I want to get people on the phone. Because if I was to type it to you, it's like, oh, there's no character behind it. And I'm like, I'm all for character. I'm all for comedy. I'm all for, you know, like, and you don't get that if it's typed. So, yeah.
Awesome. I really like the idea of the voice memo. That's a really
I never type anything. I always do the voice. Hey, Chicky, how you going? Just checking in. How's you know, any questions? Or I just want to tell you you're beautiful today. And I get so many, oh, so needed that today. And I'm like, no worries. Like, you know, and I never used to be able to take a compliment. I'd be like, oh, someone said something nice. How do I take it? Just run. Like, and now I'm like, yeah, no worries. All good, you know. It takes 2 seconds to think of someone else. And half the time, nobody heard this, but I'm driving. And I'm just like pressing that button going, la, 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 off there, you know. And if you're, there's another big thing. If you're taping something and then you're like, holy shit, I so didn't want to say that. Just slide, don't lift your finger, but just slide it over and it won't send that voice message. If you lift your finger, it's gone. No return. Can't bring that back. So that's a big lesson I've learned. But I got a good comedy out of it anyway. I should probably share that, but I won't.
And that's also too with that, guys, is there's never any miscommunication. You know, they can hear the excitement in your voice. They can hear you. They know the context that you're saying things. So, you know, it's really, really exciting when you do have, that's why a lot of teams use Voxer or WhatsApp or what have you. But the messenger with the voice recorder is amazing. So, you know, and it's so much easier than typing everything. So much easier.
And it does cap it at a minute. So sometimes if I'm still talking, because we all know I can talk, and it's at like 55 seconds, I'm like, it's about to cut me off, but I'll just do another one. And then I'm like, hi, so cut me off in a minute.
Donna, does it sound like you and I?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop recording, ladies. I won't be a second. Is there any other questions before I hit stop record? No.
Just one more. Sorry. How do you do the voice memo? Where do you do that from? From Messenger?
Yeah, Messenger. There's a little microphone at the bottom, and you literally press on that, and then it'll bring up a big button on the bottom of your phone. You hold it down the whole time you're talking, and then, like I said, if you don't like what you've said, just slide over, and if you do, just pop your finger straight off, and it'll send it straight through. Okay. Another thing I say when I do that, if I'm like, because I'm all psyched up, but I actually listen to stuff before I get on these calls. I need to be in that place of giving. I need to be in that place of, you know, excitement. I like people to feel my excitement. So I'll do 10 burpees just to get the blood flowing. When I finish that, then I'll jump on and I'll listen to, no offense, but this is how I call it, my black love, Les Brown. I love Les Brown. So I'll get on and listen to him for about, I'll get on and listen to him for about 5 or 6 minutes. And then I am like charged. I am charged, ready to go. And that's when I do my voice messages. If I'm like hungover on the couch, hell no, I'm not going to get on there. Hey, how are you going? Yeah, no, I'm tired today. I'm on the piss last night. Like, no, you've got to find what excites you. You've got to find, and if it's that one friend that you catch up with, and when you leave, you've got this huge grin and you're all psyched up and you're ready to go. That's the person you call just before you do a 3-way, or just before you do your voice messages. Say, man, just need some energy from you. Rah, rah, cool, thanks, love ya, and then get on and do them. And I pump out, say, 10 at once.
And it's great customer care too, to be able to send them instead of sending a message or email or text, whatever, doing that to your customers who are on Facebook or using Messenger. How much quicker is that? And they just feel the love from your heart to theirs. So now, ladies, we've got our next call, so I'm just going to stop recording.